Now little question answer. Where from the Mahabharata story started? From which character? Can anybody tell where from we started? Prakashji?
Rishi Parasar and Dushyant and Sakuntala.
Whomever I will ask, they will tell. Okay. So it started with Prakashji?
Shakuntala, no?
And
Dushyanta.
Dushyanta, yes.
Yeah.
So it started from there, Dushyanta and Sakuntala. Good. Now, okay. From Dushyanta and Sakuntala, who was born?
Bharat, King Bharat.
Okay, whomever I will ask, he has to answer, okay? I will ask somebody and then that person has to unmute and tell. So Bharat was, yes, that is right. And Sakuntala, who was the original parents of Sakuntala? Madhavji, who are the original parents of Sakuntala?
Kanva Rishi.
Gandharva was there.
Yes, Kaushi bhai.
Swamiji, Vishwamitra and Menka.
Vishwamitra and Menaka, yes. Vishwamitra and Menaka were the real parents. Yes. But who took care of Sakuntala? Arti, who took care of Sakuntala? Who really adopted her?
The one who called, the one who named, no, that was, no, I will have it all mixed up. Satyavati, the one who gave him her name, Satyavati.
No, I'm telling that who?
No. Who took care of her, right?
No. Took care of Sakuntala.
Kanva.
Kanva Rishi, Swami.
Yes, Kanva Rishi. Good that you have written. Okay, you are able to relate because after some days we will forget because so many names. That is Kanva Rishi. Okay. Okay, who told to King Bharat that you have to do spiritual sadhana to decide the future king? Madhavji?
That is tough.
Don't tell. Let us see. Because Bharatji, he was in he had 5 sons, but he could not select them as the king because he thought that they are not fit to become the kings. So he selected somebody else to become the king. But who gave him the advice? First he was very confused. Bharatji was very confused that whom he will select. He could not decide. So he went to some rishi, and that rishi told that, you have conquered Anga, Banga, Kalinga and everything, but you have not conquered yourself. That's why you are having problem in deciding who will be the king. And you have children, any king will tell that, okay, my son will be the king. And the older one, the eldest one will be the king. But why you have got doubt? Because you have confused, that's why. And who told that? That you do sadhana and then it will be clear who will be selected as the king.
Swamiji, Vishwamitra Rishi?
No. Same Kanva Rishi.
Same Kanva Rishi, okay.
No, Kanva Rishi told him because they went to Kanva Rishi because Kanva Rishi is now like a dad.
Yeah.
Because he took care of his mom. Isn't it? So that's why Kanva Rishi. Then Kanva Rishi told that you do sadhana. Okay. Now, Okay. Then after Bharat, then regarding whom we discussed, who was the Kuru king, most important Kuru king?
Go ahead.
Yes, Kausi bhai.
Shantanu.
Yeah, Naina, go ahead.
Swamiji, Shantanu.
Yes, Shantanu was the and Venkatji. And who was the queen?
Satya. No, first Ganga and.
No. I will ask. Don't tell.
Satyavati. Satyavati is the queen.
Satyavati is the queen. Achha, who were Satyavati and Shantanu before? Shantanu and first was Shantanu and not Satyavati.
Ganga.
First was
Ganga.
But whoever I will ask, then he will answer. Otherwise,
Okay, so
Shantanu and Ganga Devi.
Right, Ganga Devi.
After that, he married Satyavati.
After that, he married. When she left, okay. Why Ganga Devi? She is a celestial river. She is a heaven living, and Shantanu is a earth living. But how they met? Why they have to marry?
The Ashta Vasus, they got Shapam, and they prayed to Ganga Devi to liberate them. And then Ganga agreed, and she took the form of a woman, and she was roaming near Ganga, and Shantanu saw her and wanted to marry her.
I know, but why they met? Generally, the marriage is always done between the earth livings or the celestial beings. They marry the Gandharvas or something. But why here a earthly king and a heaven living, that marriage happened? Why it happened? There is a reason.
I don't remember, Swami.
No. Yes, it is. Previously, Shantanu was a great king. His name was Mahabhisak. And he was such a very pious ruler, and he was a righteous ruler. Always he was ruling his country based upon truth. All these kings who are mentioned here, of course, some are extremely nasty and some are extremely good. The two types are there, isn't it?
Just like now.
Then now it is, one cannot know who is good and who is. Previously it was very clear, distinct. So there was no problem. And who were bad, they were not hesitating to behave in a very wretched way. Okay? And they are taking pride that they are like that type. But now the bad, they are behaving as good. So it is very difficult. But that time, that distinction was not there. Good is good, and one can tell clearly bad is bad. And bad was always behaving bad, and good was always behaving good. Then this Mahavisak, he was a great ruler. People are so happy. Because of that, he incurred a lot of punya. He gathered a lot of punya. And he had direct access to Indraloka. To heavenly world. He will go. And he will attend all the Indra Sabha and all the water proceedings and the dance and everything he can attend, because he got so much of punya. Then one day, Ganga Devi also came there. At the time, Ganga Devi was only in the heaven. She has never come to earth. Okay, she has never come to earth. But she also came there. The dance is going on, Urbasi, Menaka and all this. So Ganga Devi came. Then in the and at that time there are a lot of wind came, and because of the wind, her dress got rearranged, and she is extremely beautiful. And all so many rishis, so many munis, they are also present there. They looked down because they don't want to see her, because she is in a very condition, so they didn't want to see her. But this Mahavisak, he constantly stayed gazing at her. Okay? And it was, Brahmaji was also there in that meeting, and he was he didn't feel good at all. He told this Mahavishwa, he doesn't know how to behave. So he cursed him. He cursed him that you will be born, you will marry, Ganga will marry, Ganga will be born on this earth. Since you have eye on her, then you will marry her, but you will be tortured by her. You will be tortured by her because you don't have the right attitude in the heaven, how one has to behave, you didn't behave. So you will marry because you have feelings for her that will make her to born on the earth, but she will take revenge on you. She will take revenge on you, so that you will never do this kind of thing. So then Ganga came to the earth, and Mahavishwa was born as the Santanu. Santanu. So that is the story. And he was born to, there was a king, his name is King Pratibha, and he was born to Pratibha. His wife's name is not given in the Kuru dynasty, in the Bharat dynasty, and that's why Santanu. Then it is already planned that Gangaji also will come to earth, and then they met. Then the story started, and the Ashtavasu, yes, what Bengaji told. Now, what was who was Bhishma in the previously? Who was Bhishma? He was a Vasu, of course. What was his name?
Like in the same birth, right, Swamiji? So they were.
When he was he's a Vasu, isn't it?
Right.
What was his name at the time?
Devavrata?
No. When he was Devavrata is after his birth. After he was born, then he was after he was born to Gangaji, then he was called Devavrata. But before that, he was a Vasu.
Oh, as a Vasu, we don't know.
Something like Daus.
No. Anybody? Madhavji? Devavrata is after he was born, but before I'm telling, when he was in Vasu, what
was his name?
Swamiji, Aditya?
No.
Prabhas?
Prabhasa, yes. His name was Prabhasa.
Oh, Prabhat.
Prabhasa, yes.
Yes.
Whose cow they stole? Prabhasa, particularly Prabhas, he stole somebody's cow. And who is the sage?
Vasishtha.
Vasishtha Rishi, yes.
Vasishtha cow.
So Vasishtha Rishi cursed him. And why he didn't curse all other Vasus and only the Prabhasa? No, he cursed everybody.
Because he was the one who took it. Others were just what do you call? They were assistant or
yes. They're assistant. So it was when everybody apologized, but Vasishtha Rishi told that okay, but you have to be born since already you are cursed. So, but I can only reduce. I cannot change that one. It will be since you are showing humility and you really realize your mistake. Yes, but you will be born. But you will come back after you die. You will come back to your own original state, but not this Prabhas. Prabhas will stay there. Prabhas will stay there on the earth, but you will come back. And then what did he do, Akhilaji? Akhilaji, are you there? What these other 7 Vasus they did? All the 8 Vasus, what they did? If you are there. I think she's not there.
Sorry, Swamiji, I was speaking on mute. Sorry, Swamiji, I was speaking on mute. Yes, so all the 8 Vasus, they went to Ganga Devi and requested her, please liberate us from earth as soon as we get born. And Ganga Devi accepted that she will, as soon as they are born, she will liberate them from their earthly body and earthly life.
Good. But of course, Bhishma was he was not in that category, so Bhishma has to stay. And his name become, what was his name you told? Devavrata. So why he was called Bhishma then?
Because of the very the vrata, the vow he took was very terrible. So Bhishma means terrible.
Terrible, yes. That means he took a vow which nobody has taken before. Okay, that's why and who gave that, Nainaji, who gave that, uttered that word Bhishma?
What did you say, Swamiji?
Who gave that designation to the Bhishma? Who gave that designation, Bhishma?
Because of the Pratigna, Bhishma Pratigna, all the devas on the sky, they came and named Bhishma.
And what was the Pratigna?
That I will never get married, so no problem that my son will get a king. So I will stay unmarried all my life.
There are two vows.
And then he will protect their throne.
No, before that there is another vow. That is the first one, that he will not marry. That is a great vow. And what is the second great vow?
That I will always protect whoever sits on the throne of Hastinapura.
But what about him?
I will never sit on the throne, and I will always be unmarried.
I will not sit here.
I will not sit on the throne. I'll protect. That is the second one. And first one, that he will not marry. So that means he completely removed the doubt of whom to fulfill whose demands he did that. He took that vow.
Shantanu.
Satyavati's father. Satyavati's father.
Satyavati's father.
What is his name?
Daksha.
You are close. You are close. It's the first. Dasaraj. His name is
Dasharaj.
Dasaraj. Yes. So how did Shantanu really came to know regarding Satyavati? How he came to her place?
He had gone for shikar, right?
Yes.
He is ferrying in the river, taking the boat, and then he sees there, like he saw her.
No, actually, before that he met her. Before that, Nainaji?
Swamiji, the smell was coming from her body, so divine and beautiful. So he got very attracted, and Rusi Parasar gave her bone. Before she was smelling like a fish, but now she was smelling like a very divine, flowery smell. So Shantanu got attracted with that smell.
That smell, it was going for 2 miles away. From the 2 miles away, one can notice that because Parasar Muni blessed her that your fish smell will go away and you will smell like beautiful, very fragrant. And then that he was chasing that smell, and then he came to Satyavati's place. Okay, and Dasaraj is the dad. And when Shantanu came and told that, and he wanted to marry, then he was surprised that how this person will marry. Then he told that, he introduced that I am the king, I am the Kuru king. Then he was very happy. Yes. Then suddenly his greed came that he wanted the child, the grandchild, to become the
king.
Become the king. So he put that condition. He knew everything is known that Bhishma is the son and everything because the king. So he knew that Bhishma will come. So he put that condition. But Bhishma on his own he went. He didn't take permission from Shantanu at all. He went on his own. This sacrifice, like we also somebody will tell, then we'll obey. But he didn't. He on his own, on the soul will, he went and took that vow. That's why all the devatas they blessed him that this kind of vow nobody has taken. Okay, and it is very clear he has no competitor at all. He is the only son. Now he will be the king, but he gave up. And not only he gave up, he wanted to help who will be the king. Generally, sometimes we tell that, oh, I will not sit, but whoever will sit, then will create problem. Like how the one party, if they win election is everything. After election, one may think that now everything will be peaceful. No, who lost, they will create problem. They will not allow that person to sit there at all. So, okay. And how how Satyavati was born. Satyavati. How Satyavati was born. What is a very beautiful story. I think last time I had told her something.
Yeah, Matsyagandha. She was called Matsyagandha.
No, Matsyagandha. What was her birth?
Matsyagandha
and the story. Okay, we'll discuss the story today. Okay, it is beautiful. It is very difficult to go ahead because so many stories are there. It is. I want to go a little faster, but no. Then I find some other stories. Then I want to tell that one. So there was a Apsara. There was three. It is Apsara, and this. Last time I was telling this one, and this Apsara, her name was Adrika. Adrika was the Apsara, and the Apsaras always they get involved in the romantic activities with the Gandharvas in the Yamuna river, and they come actually at night. I don't know whether that is the tradition now or not. That's why nobody will go to Yamuna river during that time. It is written that now that tradition is there or not, I have no idea. But it's written that that's why nobody was going to the Yamuna river, because at that time these Apsaras and Gandharvas, they come and they spend time there. This Adrika and so many others also, they were there. But in the one day when they were meeting there, they will play in the water and all those things. One Brahmin came and he started doing his evening rituals. So that really irritated all the Apsaras. And Adrika didn't like his presence there because he should not be there. So what she did, she took the form of a fish and went below the water and pulled the leg of that Brahmin. And that Brahmin was drowning. And he's a very pious Brahmin. He could know what is happening. So he caused Adrika that you remain forever as a fish in this river, in Yamuna river. Then she became a fish. She was staying there. And when she apologized, then she was told that when she will give birth to children, to human children, then she will be liberated. A fish, but she has to give birth to a human. This was the cause there. Then the other story, there was a king, his name was Uparichara. Actually, his name was Vashu. His name was Vashu, but he was called as Uparichara. But because of his good kingship and good ruling, he was very dear to Indra Devata. He became a very good friend of Indra Devata. Even Indra Devata, they were so close relationship. Even Indra Devata will send his own chariot to take him to heaven. So he will always settle between heaven and earth by Indras, because of the Indras. Even Indra always helping this Uparichara, with this Vasu. And since always he was moving in the space, in the heaven, that's why his name, because he was called as Uparichara Vasu. His name is actual Vasu. Uparichara means, Upari means up, Chara means moving. Always he is moving. So Uparichara Vasu. This but he was really extremely good king. And when you do something very sincerely, after some days we get detached. Whatever we do, if we are doing it nicely, always we'll be detached from that work. Whatever we do, we will not be bound to that work. He was doing wholeheartedly. He was doing the kingdom. So time came that he told that enough of these things. Then younger generation, they will take care. So he went to forest. And he did very severe penance. And that penance was so severe, all the devatas, they were scared. They are very doubtful of the intention of Uparichara Vasu. And they thought that he is doing this penance to take away Indra's post, their king's post. And they came and they told to Indra that this is the thing, it is happening. Uparichara Vasu is in severe, he is doing very strict penance, and he may take your position. The Indra got scared. Then he came with all the devatas, since they are very good friends. So he came to where he was doing penance, Uparichara Vasu, and he requested him to give up this, to give up the penance. He agreed to that. And he told that you go and rule the kingdom. And then he gave his own garland, a garland which is made of lotus flowers, and told that, okay, you have this lotus garland, you will be invincible, nobody can attack, and there will be no anarchy in your kingdom at all, and you will rule, everybody will be very happy. Indra blessed, and then he left for heaven. And Uparichara Vasu, then he ruled the kingdom. And he had 5 sons, and one of them actually Gruhadratha, who founded the Magadha kingdom. That one of his sons is the Brihadratha. You must have heard Brihadratha. Okay, and in his kingdom there is one river. Previously, actually all the rivers and the mountains, and you must have heard that how mountains before, they were not on the earth, they were moving in the space, and they created so much of traffic jam. Indra caught their wings, and from that day they are sitting stagnant on the earth. Their stories are there. So in Uparichara Vasu's kingdom, there was a river. The river's name is Suktimati. River is feminine, Suktimati. Suktimati, the river's name. But they have a physical as well as a subtle form too. Suktimati is feminine. And there was a mountain near that river, and that mountain is called Kolahala. Kolahala, his mind, by seeing Suktimati, his mind was filled with lust. So he wanted her very badly. So Suktimati didn't like that kind of behavior. But he forcibly had relationship with Suktimati, and his behavior was not good. So Suktimati went and requested this Uparichara Vasu to protect her. So Uparichara Vasu went, and really he came to her rescue, and he kicked that mountain which is Kolahala, and from that day she was saved from the torture of Kolahala. But since they have already met, so she gave birth to a boy and a girl, and the girl's name is the girl's name is Girika. Okay, the girl's name is Girika, and the boy was given to Uparichara Vasu. Okay, I hope you understand. Now the Kolahala and Suktimati, from their union, 2 children were born. One is a boy, one is a girl. The girl name is Girika, and the boy, his name is not given. Okay, the boy, always the kings, they are in need of boys because their kingdom has to be ruled. So that's why she gave the boy to Uparichara Vasu, because Uparichara Vasu helped her. And Uparichara Vasu made that boy in the future, when he was grown up, as the commander-in-chief of his army. But he married to Girika. Because she presented, so he married to Girika. Then Girika and Uparichara Vasu, they were really, always they loved each other, they were always together. And once it happened that they were in a forest. There was a beautiful garden, and it was filled with fragrant flowers. And the atmosphere was very nice, weather was very good, and the very gentle breeze was. So both of them, they became, their heart was filled with lost. So they wanted to be involved in the lost relationship. And when they are going at that time, the Pitras, the Pitra Purushas, the Pitras, they came there and told, "O king," he was a very good king. That's why they told, "O king, you are to propitiate us by doing the Shraddha for us, so that we will get mukti." And for that Shraddha, the deer meat was needed. Okay. So the Pitras, they told to Uparichara Vasu to hunt the deer and bring, and to use that in the Shraddha. So their romantic relationship was broken, and he followed since the Pitras they have told, so he has to follow their rule. So he left Girika and then went in search of the deer. But his mind is not off from Girika. So he came to a place, and that place is filled with flowers, and again his mind was that lost came. And because of that feeling, the creative energy came out of him. But since he remembered Girika, so he thought that no, this creative energy, it should not be just thrown. Then he collected that in a leaf, and then requested the eagle. Eagle is the king of all the birds. He requested that eagle to take that that energy and give to Girika and to live in the palace. And the eagle obliged. He took that that leaf, and when he was going, another eagle thought that he's carrying some kind of flesh or something, so he attacked this eagle. So there was fight in the air. So in that fight, that leaf packet, it got released from his mouth, from his beak, and it fell in the Yamuna river. But tell me, who is in the Yamuna river now? Do you remember who is in the Yamuna river now?
The
Matsyagandha, Swamiji?
Adrika.
Adrika.
Adrika in the form of the fish.
Adrika is there. Adrika now in the form of a fish is there. So she swallowed. She's a huge fish. She swallowed that creative energy. And then she got conceived, because the course was that if she can give birth to human children, then she will be liberated. She will come back to her original abode. And in the meantime, Dasaraj, who is the king fisherman, not king, king of all the fishermen, he caught that fish. And when they are going, then he took home, and his wife started making jhol, the machlika jhol, and they caught the belly. These two children came, and he told her, how the children came to that means there must be some divine act, because fish cannot have human children. So it must be a divine thing. So he took both the children to the king. King is Uparichara Vasu, and told that these are children, they are born in the fish stomach. Then he kept the boy, but the girl he gave to Dasaraj. So you take care of the girl. But since these two, and the Adrika, she was liberated from that sin, then she became Apsara again. She became Apsara. Now this, her name is Matsyagandha. Actually, in the beginning, her name was Matsyagandha because she was smelling like a fish. Now, this Matsyagandha was entirely taken care by Dasaraj. Dasaraj had no children at all. So he was very happy to take care, and she was extremely beautiful, extremely noble, and only thing that she was smelling like a fish. Okay, that was the only thing. Otherwise, everything was good. Since he was a fisherman, so she was given some work, and that work is that if anybody comes, then she will ferry the people around the Yamuna river. Then Santanu came. That was the job. But in the meantime, Parasara Muni came. and Parasuramani blessed her with the child, and then he will be what is it? What yoni? She will be Sadhya yoni. That means even though the child is born, but there will be she will gain back her
virginity.
Virginity. Yes, she will get back her virginity, and she will smell very fragrant, and that really attracted Santanu to come to her. That was the story. After Santanu and Satyavati, who were the children born?
Vichitravirya.
Who were born from Santanu and Satyavati?
Chitrangada, Vichitravirya.
Chitrangada
and Vichitravirya.
Chitrangada is another. Her character you will come later. Chitrangada, not the. And Vichitravirya. Okay. And who from Parasuramani and Satyavati, who was born?
Krishna.
But what was his name? Vedavyas was not his name. Vedavyas is a designation, but what was his name?
Krishna Dvaipaya.
Krishna Dvaipaya, because he was born in a Dvipa and his color was blue. That's why Krishna. Blue. So that's why a blue person who is born. Everything so much thinking. Who has written all this? And just imagine how much of brilliance. Nothing is out of line. Everything is there. They're connected. Okay, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. And what happened to Chitrangada?
One died in the war.
Can you tell what happened to Chitrangada?
One died in the war and one was sick with some disease.
What happened to Chitrangada?
Chitrangada is who lost his life in a war.
With whom?
Gandharva with the same name.
Yes, with a Gandharva with the same name. That Gandharva didn't like that.
Like his,
so he fought, and in the process Chitrangada died. So he was not married. So there is no possibility of children. So Chitrangada is out of the equation. Then Vichitravirya married to?
Ambalika.
Ambika and Ambalika. Amba didn't marry. Ambika and Ambalika, they met. So who are the children? But what happened to Vichitravirya? Who are his children? Madhavji, who are the children of Vichitravirya?
Dhritarashtra and Pandu.
He died without children.
He died without children.
Without children.
With some sickness.
No, because he was sick. And but Ambika and Ambalika, they really took very good care of Vichitravirya. He was also a great king, but some disease, so he died. So before child was born, he died. So now there is nobody to take care of the throne, because Bhishma will not be the king, and he will not marry. Chitrangada died. Vichitravirya died. So that means it is a big problem, big chaos now. Who will rule the country? And so who came to the rescue? Who has to help them to have a king?
Bhagavan Vedavyasa.
Vedavyasa.
But how did he come? He came on his own there?
No, Satyavati told him to come and help.
To whom he told Satyavati?
Bhagavan Vedavyasa.
No. He didn't tell him to come. What happened? See, there are little differences there. So what has happened? Now Satyavati requested Bhishma to break his vow and to take the king, because now there is no king at all. But he hold on to his gun. He told, no, I will not do that, because that is the promise I have taken. I will not. And that is the promise he has given to whom?
Santanu. Matsya Gandha's father.
Dasaraj.
Dasaraj.
So Satyavati called Dasaraj. Dasaraj came and told that, I absolved, I freed you from that promise what you have given to me, that you are absolved. Now that that promise doesn't hold any good. So you become the king. He said, no, this is not only promise for you. It is I have taken, so I will not do that. I will make promise to my dad. I know. So now there's a big chaos. And Satyavati, see how smart she was. How smart she was. She told that, okay, there is a solution. And the moment Bhishma heard that, immediately he took the chariot and went to Vyasa Bhagavan, who was immersed in meditation. Okay. Then he came and he knew why Bhishma has come. And what did the most important thing that Bhagavan Vyasadeva told to Bhishma? When they met first time, what he told?
Why you don't become king?
No. It was, you can dissolve your mother, because not listening to mother is considered as the greatest crime. Now Vyasadeva, he didn't want to lead a life of a married person. Okay. But he listened to his mother, Satyavati, but he told, since Satyavati is not your mother, that's why you disobeyed her. But I cannot. I am to listen to what she's telling, because he knows everything, what is going to happen in the future and everything. So he came, knowing what Satyavati is going to tell. Okay? Do you remember this is because it's a mother. That is where the emphasis is given on listening to mother.
Mother.
Even if mother is telling something wrong, listen. That you get from there. Because mother will never, Mata Kumata na bhavati. Mother will never tell anything which is really, which is biased, and which is, mother will always tell, as far as child is concerned, child is like God for the mother. That means so much of trust was there. People are believing in that one. Okay. So he came. And then who was born first from Vasudeva?
Dhritarashtra.
No.
And who was the mother?
Ambika.
Ambika.
The mother of Dhritarashtra. See, nobody knows Dhritarashtra's mother's name. Ambika. And who is the mother of Pandu?
Ambalika.
So these two, they are born. So we stop here. How this story proceeds further. Of course, we have discussed how the 5 Pandavas were born. Did we discuss how the Kauravas are born? No.
Yes,
we have discussed. Okay.
Yeah, but we can go over again that story.
Yes, we are going systematically. So next time we'll see the 5 Pandava brothers birth again, then the Kauravas and their education. How their education really started not in Hastinapur, in the forest itself.
Kripachari.
No, not Kripachari. Kripachari was in the palace.
Oh.
Before that, they were trained.
Oh.
And that part we have not discussed. So we'll next time.
Okay.
And Swamiji had said that since it's humanly not possible to have 100 children, you were going to focus on that too, saying that.
Yes.
How is it even presented that way?
Right. Yes. That we'll discuss. In yes, that's like how the God element is brought into everything.
Yes.
The destiny, God, everything
yes.
always brought to this story. So we'll see next time.
Swamiji, some names I could not catch in the story, if I can ask. Swamiji said that to the Apsara, as the fish, like 2 children was born. One was Matsya Gandhi and the other was a boy whom King Uparichara adopted. I did not catch that boy's name.
That is not given.
That is okay. Got it, Swamiji. And also,
I didn't find that name. I was searching. I didn't find it.
Okay, Swamiji. Then also, like when Suptamati, the river, she had a daughter Girika. And son was, I did not catch that also, Swamiji.
No name.
I think wherever it is not important, they have not given. Because
okay, got it. Okay, Swamiji. And last question, Swamiji, sorry. When King Bharata, after he did the tapasya and after he did the sadhana, he chose the son of one Rishi to be his successor.
Yes. But that is not also given because there it ends. With the, I'm following Subramaniam, what is his name? Her name? Only because for the first time, Bharat did a democratic way of ruling the country.
Yes.
That he introduced. So he was telling it is not that the king's son will be a king. It is whoever is capable, even if an ordinary person's son also can become the king. So democratic rule he introduced. That's why he is so famous.
Yes.
But the name is not given. I don't know where to get that because in the neither the original book is given nor in the Kamala Subramanian's book.
Maybe it's not important, Swamiji.
That's why I think they have eliminated where it is.
Some names, so many names. So some names.
But where it is main characters, it is. But somewhere it must be because if there is a daughter and daughter's name is there, how come son's name will not be there? So it is there. But that is a true. That is a little research was true. Okay. Oh. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Acha, Aarti ji, you know, we have got so many gods